Lily here from Shine Bright Diamonds 2023, and I'm coming to you today with another one of my weekly WIP'n chats. So if you are new to my channel, welcome. I am so happy that you have found my little corner here on YouTube. And of course, those of you that are returning, welcome back. Now, if this is your first time tuning into a WIP'n chat, WIP stands for Work in Progress, and chat is where I chat to you about what's been going on in my life. So feel free to work alongside me or treat this as a podcast, whatever floats your boat. Alrighty, so before we get into it, let me go over my supplies. So first off, the release papers I am using are coming from Bee's Crafty Corner, and they are these fun summer fruits. Next up, the pen that I'm using is a really special one. It was a pen that I had won in a Butterfly Effect Wears giveaway, and this is supposed to be like a cherry blossom type pen. And as you can see, I did put one of my multi-placers from Diamond Art Club on the end, but this one's just really pretty as I almost drop it. Definitely super unique. I don't have any pens. I actually don't really own pens with blue in it, so this one's really special. Now, in terms of the tray that I'm using one of my extra large trays coming from Yellow Dog Designs. Why? Because I am officially on the last row of this giant project that I have been working on. So let me just grab my diamond painting journal to show you a photo. And the kit that I'm working on is this one here. It's Little Baker by Miss Holly, coming from Diamond Art Club. And I am actually working on this end of the canvas, which is super exciting because one, it's a lot of color blocking, and two, yeah, the kit's coming to an end. So it's a little bittersweet, but I'm excited for starting on something new. Alrighty, let me grab a color and I'll turn up my light. So I am, whoopsie daisies, working on some, I think they're like cookies in jars, this section. So we'll see how far I get. I'm gonna grab a couple colors here. So, okay. So I've grabbed quite a few colors. We'll see how long this takes. Alrighty, so how are you? What is new? I know for me here, it has been super duper busy. I'm actually filming this WIP'n chat Monday, June 9th, and it is around 6:30 p.m. which normally I film my WIP'n chats on Sundays, but this weekend was absolutely chaotic, which I will get into that in a moment. But I'm just happy that I'm finally sitting down and doing some diamond painting. Which, despite this, I just put fresh putty in this pen and it is sticky. Okay, hopefully that helps. Okay, so despite it being a really busy weekend, I did get in quite a bit of diamond painting because I was able to start essentially the last row. Now, I guess before I get into my weekend, what did I do? Okay, so this past week, it was the first week of June, meaning for work, we had a staff meeting, which it's always nice to get together as a staff and see everyone because we're all in our own little departments and in our course teams. So seeing, colleagues in other departments is always nice. So I had a staff meeting, and then I actually had back-to-back dance classes this week. Because Friday, June 6th, was my dance recital, which I think it turned out pretty good. I was really proud of myself. It was hard. I worked really hard on the routine. Also, I had to do a ton of makeup and a ton of extra practice because I was off sick for 2 weeks. So dance recital, I think it went well. I was proud of myself. I know the girls and I, we were like, yay, we did it. And it was so cool seeing some of the other performances, and just it being sort of like this big celebration of women and dance. So that was really nice. So that was Friday, which meant that Friday was the longest day of life. So first of all, this past Thursday, so Thursday, June 5th, I ended up at home sick because I thought I was getting some like nasty head cold again. So I have this weird thing that my body does where anytime I'm starting to get sick, I get extremely tired and extreme body aches. And I never know if it's going to turn into a full-blown head cold or if it's just going to be like some weird bug that's like passing through my body. Typically when I get like that, if I start getting a sore throat, then I know it is going to be a head cold. It's just how it works with my body. It's just a weird thing my body does. So normally as soon as I start getting that feeling, and it's the type of tired where like it doesn't matter how much I've slept, I'm just tired. So I started feeling it on Wednesday, and by Wednesday, end of the school day, I was like, I need to go to bed. And it wasn't a normal tired. I honestly don't know how I drove home. But anyway, and then of course, Wednesday I had a dance. So I still went to dance even though I don't even know. I was just in a fog. It was wild. And then luckily dance class ended early. So I ended up coming home and I just felt even worse. So I was like, I told my boyfriend, like, I'm taking Thursday off. So Thursday, thank goodness I ended up taking Thursday off because I ended up pretty much sleeping Wednesday. I was in bed by 8 and I slept solid, like didn't wake up. And then Thursday, I woke up briefly when my boyfriend left for work, and then I fell back asleep, and then I didn't wake up until like 4. I slept almost the whole day. And then on top of that, I woke up, I barely ate dinner, so I didn't have an appetite, so that just tells me that I'm not feeling well. And then I fell back asleep and got up and went to work on Friday. And Friday I still felt a little off, but at least like I wasn't feeling like that overall body ache. And I think I slept off whatever weird bug it was because Friday I successfully made it to my dance recital. However, I didn't stay late. I had asked my boyfriend to drop me off. So I got dropped off for 6. And then I think I texted or called my boyfriend at around 9, shortly after 9 p.m. because the dance recital finished just before 9. And then I stayed a little after, just to take pictures with the girls and, you know, chat with some people. But shortly after 9, I had called my boyfriend. He came to pick me up. I was able to have like a snack when I got home. I was pretty hungry. And then I slept. And I literally slept until almost 11 a.m. Saturday. Yeah, which is absolutely unheard of for me because normally when it's my days off, I tend to just naturally, like my body just wakes me up around 7:30. Like that to me is sleeping in. So for me to be still sleeping until 11 is wild. And even my boyfriend was like, I don't think that's from like the dance recital. I think that's just you still trying to recover from whatever weird bug I had in my system. But I feel fine now. As you can tell, I have energy and it is almost 7 p.m. on a Monday and I have work tomorrow. But that was that. It was wild. And then Saturday, what ended up happening was I needed to do some last minute errands. So Saturday, I ran around and did errands while my boyfriend did some of his errands. We had to split up, which is fine. It happens. Normally we do everything together. And then we did eventually both of us make our way home. And I think by the time we were like settled, it was like at home settled, it was like 4 something. And then we had dinner. I got my boyfriend into watching 90 Day Fiancé. So we watched an episode of 90 Day Fiancé. And then What else did we do? Oh, and then I crashed again. I fell asleep really early Saturday night. And then Sunday was super busy because I had a bridal shower. So Sunday was really nice. I went to a bridal shower, which was absolutely lovely. And by the time I got home from said bridal shower, I realized we didn't complete our groceries. I got home, and then my boyfriend and I went back out to finish the groceries. And then Sunday from the bridal shower, I was tired because it was a pretty big bridal shower. I think there was like 60 people, which is really big for a bridal shower. But anyway, and there was a lot of food. So by the time like I got home, I changed. My boyfriend and I went back out to do like a mini grocery. I had told my boyfriend like I'm not hungry, even though I had planned like meal prepped for the week and dinner that night. So what ended up happening was, yeah, I ended up just having like a toasted tomato sandwich, and then I crawled into bed and I read my book. And then I woke up and went to work today, and now I'm here. Diamond painting, which is like the best way to spend my evening. Yeah, so that was that. Yeah, it's just been a really busy little weekend. Yes. Now, in terms of diamond painting news, I ended up not purchasing anything from Diamond Art Club. There was no releases that were interesting to me. So that was really good, saved myself some money. Plus, my stash is pretty big. So yeah, that's that. Now, in between all of the busyness of this past weekend, I did fit in quite a bit of diamond painting, believe it or not, when, as you can see, I started on the final row. Now, with that being said, the final row has been a lot of color blocking, so it is going by, in my opinion, pretty quick, but I'm also just trying to savor it, because I know once this kit is done, it's done. And this kit has been absolutely beautiful to work on, minus the AB drills, even though they look really pretty. They were really challenging. But yeah, I'm sort of like a little sad that I'm almost done this kit. I think, when did I start this kit? Oh my gosh, I started this kit the end of March. So this is like a 2-month project almost. Yeah, March. Yeah, April, May. It's been about just over 2 months. So yes, I am ready to officially work on something else. Now I do have my next kit kitted up, which I haven't shared any photos of it whatsoever on my social media. But it is a Diamond Dots kit that I'll be working on next. But part of me wants to like gear up and like get another Diamond Art Club square organized. But I need to finish my, what's it called? Diamond Art Club Mystery Kit. I do really want to focus on that when this kit's done. So, yeah, we'll see how that goes. Just casually bringing in some Halloween-themed stuff as I head into the summer, but that's okay. But yeah, so we'll see how this goes. I'm really hoping to finish this kit this week. Really, really hoping. We'll see. I mean, this is a pretty confetti heavy section. But, I mean, considering how much color blocking was in this kit, I can't complain at all. But yeah, so that's that. Now, in terms of Happy Mail, I did get Happy Mail this week. I think I had mentioned that when Diamond Art Club had their big anniversary sale, I had purchased only one diamond painting kit. Well, that kit came in the mail. I do want to film a Let's Explore video because, one, it's really pretty and it makes me happy, and two, I haven't seen one for this kit, which is really weird. So I do want to film a video for that. I'm hoping that will be this week's video, but we will see. No guarantees. So that came, and then I had ordered from Yellow Dog Designs one of their tray towers, because they started making tray towers. So I ordered a tray tower for their regular size trays and for their narrow trays. So that came this week, which I did share a photo of it on my Instagram because I am absolutely in love with it. I mean, as someone who has a huge Yellow Dog design tray collection, I'm really excited to be able to display said trays. And plus, I feel like when they're all out and I can like see them, then I tend to like rotate through my trays a lot more, because I just go by whatever color floats my boat for that day. Even though I feel like I'm just always reaching for this purple, giant purple tray. But yeah, so that's exciting. What other Happy Meal came? Oh, my pen. But yeah, that was it. That was it. I'm still waiting for an order. I had ordered some putty from, where did I order it from? Is it, I think it's pronounced Thais or Thais. They are a putty maker from Finland. So I did order some of their putty. I'm hoping it comes maybe next week. We will see, because it is going Finland to Canada. So I anticipate it will take some time. But when that comes, I will definitely share about it in a video. I'm excited to try something new. I'm always using literally Creations More End putty, or the J&L Crafty Creations tack. That seems to be my go-to. So I am excited to try a different shop for their putty. Although for AB drills, I'm like hardcore beeswax. I don't think that will change anytime soon, especially now that I know how to multi-place using my beeswax for my AB drills, which is pretty awesome. But yeah, so that's really the only Happy Meal that I have coming. And then, yeah, that's it. That is it in terms of Happy Meal. So we will see, we will see. Okay, there's a lot more of this star color than I thought. But yeah, that's my diamond painting journey. It's been very quiet, honestly. Nothing too crazy. Literally, I'm just like trying my best to finish this, continue working through the kits in my stash that I'm like, ooh, I've got a lot of kits in my stash. But I am determined to work through them, slow and steady. That's how it goes. Oopsie. Okay, so other than diamond painting news and how busy my weekend was, there really isn't much left. I mean, I did start 2 books because I'm in 2 book clubs. So one of the books I'm reading is First Time Caller. I can't remember the author's name. I never remember the author's names for anything. But First Time Caller, it's like a contemporary romance book. There is no spice, at least as far as I know. It's not a spicy book. It's just supposed to be like a cute, fun, Hallmarky type read. And to be honest, I am absolutely loving it. I started it on Friday night before bed. And this past weekend, I read so much of that book. Which I was really surprised about, because on my e-reader it's showing that it's like just over 500 pages, but I also make the font really big, so that might not be a true page count. And I'm already like over 100 pages in, according to my e-reader. And that for me is like really quick, because I don't know, lately I've just been reading at a snail's pace this year. Normally I would read like super fast, but this year, not happening. So I have that book on the go, and then I did start the book for my like spicy book club, and we're reading Feathers So Vicious, which I can't remember the author, but that book, definitely check the trigger warnings on it, because it's really graphic, very graphic, both in terms of like the physical violence, because it is supposed to be a dark romance fantasy. So in terms of like the actual like violence, of like the fantastical elements, and then of course the actual romance part, if you want to call it that, definitely check your trigger warnings is all I'll say. But it's really good, but I'm surprised that I didn't binge read that book this weekend, just because that book started with such a shock, and I love fantasy and I like, that fantasy romance stuff. But for some unknown reason, I think I just needed a palate cleanser. So right now, First Time Caller is the book that I'm like, I can't put it down. And plus it's made me laugh, like actually laugh out loud, which is super important because I feel like laughter is much needed, especially as I am slowly approaching the end of the school year and having to start working on my end of year reports. It's so busy. But anyway, so yeah, so those are the two books that I am reading. And then TV show, there's nothing exciting. It's still just reality TV. Or I'll just find like random sitcoms. Like if I see Big Bang Theory on CTV, then I'm watching Big Bang Theory. Like, that's really it. Yeah. It was honestly just get me through my dance recital this past week. And now I can relax. And this week I don't have any dance, which is crazy. So I'm like, what am I going to do with all this time? And then next week my dance starts up again. So I'll be back to dancing my heart away. I just have to like make sure I'm like, staying fit. Don't become too much of a little couch potato while I have my week off from dance. But yeah. Okay. This is... it's so funny. When I was working on the other jar, I had no idea what it was until I stepped back and realized it was a jar of candy. And this one, I'm pretty sure it's a jar of like cookies, which is really fun. Really, really fun. I'm also really excited to, when I'm done this kit, to officially unroll it and see the whole thing, because I've been keeping this kit rolled up as I've worked on it. So I actually haven't looked at the whole kit, or at least like what I've done. So I'm really excited. Like I feel like when I'm actually done this kit, it's going to also be sort of a reveal for myself, because it's like I've just been doing row by row, and when I finish a row I just roll it up and I keep going. So I'm excited. I'm also a little nervous because I feel like, because I was like off of doing like square drill canvases and multi-placing squares, I have fears that the other end of the canvas is a little on like the rockier side or rougher looking, because my placement might not have been great, but that's okay. I know for a fact I will need to like roll this kit. By roll, I mean this thing, I don't know what you call it, but where you take the roller and you like press the drills down. I have a feeling I'm going to have to do that for sure. And then I'll display this kit while I work on my next one. And then I have to think about my next project. Well, no, I told myself that my next couple projects would just be smaller canvases, whether they're round or square, but just keep it to the snacky sizes, or snacky-ish sizes, maybe like the 40 by 50s, which, believe it or not, that's now sort of like a snack size. Anything 40 by 50 centimeters and smaller to me is now considered snack size, which is wild because before that was a very intimidating size. But hey, it just means that I've gotten more comfortable with what I'm doing. But yeah, so I did tell myself that I would be working on some of my smaller kits while I continue working on that giant mystery kit. Although I do need to start thinking about, well, not now, but once I'm like halfway through one of the other kits that I'll be working on, the next project. So part of me wants to do like some of my older Diamond Art Club diamond paintings that I have in my stash. But then another part of me is like, I really want to do one of my Aura Loas or one of my Dreamer designs. The problem is I have too many options. I might just like show my boyfriend a bunch of kits and be like, pick one. Pick one. I'm sure he'd love that. He's always like, I don't know. And I'm like, no, you have to. Put so much pressure on the poor guy to pick my next kit. But yeah, anyway, that's that. Okay. So, I'm trying to think. What else? You know what? To be honest, this drill's not going out there. This week it's pretty quiet. Like, I do have physio on Wednesday. So, in other words, this week is quiet, it's calm. It's like the calm before the storm, because this coming weekend, I'm going to be honest, it's super busy. I don't know if I will have time to film a WIP'n chat. We will see. But yeah, this coming weekend is super busy. I just have a lot of family events this weekend, back-to-back ones, which will be nice, seeing family and visiting, but I'll be tired. That's how it goes. I feel like I'm always tired though. Like, my social battery just drains so fast. But yeah, so in other words, this week I'm coasting, minus work. But outside of work, I'm coasting. I'll hopefully get in a ton of time to diamond paint after work. And then, what's it called? Come the weekend, I don't think I'll get in much diamond painting, which is a shame, but it is what it is. Hence why I'm super motivated to just finish this kit this weekend. Or sorry, not this weekend, this week. And then hopefully for next week, start fresh on that other surprise kit that I had kitted up, that I had chosen to work on for the WIP'n chats. Because like I mentioned, I don't want to be doing my WIP'n chats with the mystery kit, because I do want to honor that surprise. But just know, if you do follow me on Instagram, I will be sharing photos of the mystery kit on there once I get back to working on it. Which, not a spoiler, but the mystery kit will probably take me a long time because it's big and I have to single place. But you never know. It might get easier. Okay. So you know what? I'm actually going to wrap up the WIP'n chat here because we're almost at the half-an-hour mark. Got done quite a bit of my lovely jars. We'll see. What's the next section? Oh, the next section, see, it's all this color blocking. So I feel like the next section is going to go by pretty fast. Did I have it like that? I don't know how I had it. Oh, there. You know what? We're going to do it like that. Alrighty, so if you did enjoy today's WIP'n chat, please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe. Your support does mean the world to me. Of course, if you are looking for more diamond painting content, you can find me on my Instagram at ShineBrightDiamonds2023. So until next time, happy diamond painting. Bye, everyone.